Okay.
I'll open it up.
So here we're in Clovis, California, and we have just opened up a ceiling here. The homeowner's actually opened this up for us. And he had sent us some pictures earlier, and it appeared to be that there was a 1-inch main up there with some 3/4 lines running off of it. He's opened it up further now, and we've determined the main is a full 1.5-inch copper line. This is a big semi-custom subdivision out here, so big volume of water is necessary for these homes. So we originally brought out 1-inch fittings for the main, 3/4 to tie in the PEX, and we've opted out of that. Well, first of all, we don't have the fittings for this, but also we want to go to PEX all the way through. So what we'd like to do is cut back, and you can see we're about 2 feet off of the wall. There's the exterior wall. So all of this up in here, there's a block here that supports the copper right there, but we've got plenty of copper back here. We can cut it right there, and we can relocate that block a little bit, solder a fitting on, and then go right straight into this first T is going to be 1.5 by 1.5 by 1 PEX T, and then another 1.5 by 1.5 by 1 PEX T. This last one is 1.5 by 3/4 by 1 PEX T. So we're guessing that this line here, that 3/4 PEX line, probably goes to the front of this single car garage and serves a hose bib outside. The other 3 1-inch lines, one of them I'm sure goes to the water heater because that requires you have to heat water, enough cold water to heat the entire home. So that's one of these lines goes to the water heater. The other 2 is just water to provide water to the rest of the house, the bathrooms, kitchen, laundry room, things like that. So we do need to get pricing on these fittings. They're a little pricier than all the smaller fittings. Typically not in stock, but usually we get them within a couple of days. So what we'll do is get a price on all of this. Go ahead and get back with the homeowner. You can see that water drip right there, and it's building up. You can see it right there. As opposed to what we've explained to the homeowner is, we could try and come in here and cut these rings out, cut the PEX back without damaging the brass adapters, and then try and resolder this and get it to stop. Problem is, you could as you heat these fittings up, other joints may begin to fail, and you spend so much time trying to solder, especially with water on the line. So we're going to do it right. Get them a price on some PEX fittings in here. It requires a bigger tool, but we can get that. So we'll get them a price today. Outside of that, this inspection is done. So we're in Clovis, California. We just finished repairing Uponor plumbing system. 1.5-inch copper line coming in. The main comes up the exterior wall, and then you can see it up there. It pokes in. I don't know how old plumbing is, but they used to just use copper T's and then brass adapters. Now they make all of these big T's for Uponor. They're plastic, and so you don't have to solder each joint. Anyways, this joint right here had failed. Showed it to the homeowner, and we both looked at it together, and we could see that it was weeping. You can always tell when something begins to weep. And you can't repair these. They're soldered close to close. You can try and heat it up and get some solder in there, but they're so old. This just end up coming apart. Additionally, when you try and solder on this, it melts the plastic, so you end up having to take the adapter out as well. Or you can try and split these. Anyways, it just becomes problematic trying to repair the copper. So we proposed replacing everything with Uponor tubing and fittings, and everything up here is Uponor with the exception of the 1 copper adapter, which is required to get from copper pipe to Uponor. So it's a male adapter that we soldered on there, and then a female Uponor brass fitting that gets you to the plastic pipe. So monitor all this for leaking. Leave it open as long as you can and just watch it and make sure that nothing begins to weep, especially on the soldered joint. And then on this mechanical joint, it's piped up Teflon tape and screwed on there, so you shouldn't have any problems with that. But monitor that. That's the only thing that's soldered up here. Of course, you've got the 90 in the back corner that's soldered, and then anything in the wall down below. So anyways, everything else is brand new. 1.5 by 1.5 by 1 T, 1.5 by 1.5 by 1 T, 1.5 by 1 by 1 T, and then this 1-inch reduces over there to a 3/4 line. The lines you've got up there that are existing are all 1-inch back here. So you can see that 1-inch takes off and goes over there. There's no strap back on that ceiling joist, but that's not our work. So you can see another strap further back. Here you got a strap and a strap on this second 1-inch line, and then you can see you've got a strap and no strap over there. That goes for a long run over there without any strapping, plus it's resting against a little metal bracket, so that's not good. But and then it's just laying across. I can see, you can see back over there. It's just kind of laying over there. And honestly, that's what plumbers do. We just kind of throw stuff up in there. I don't like to do it that way. I mean, I'd like to see it all nice and straight in runs like you would with the old galvanized iron pipe system or copper, where you just can't roll it around. You have to, everything's at a right angle to the structure. But so, anyways, this is our work here. Got 2 rings here and a coupling. So we've tied in the new portion of this from the T out to the existing pipe. So existing pipe, existing pipe, existing pipe. Brand new little stub, about 12 inches long here, here, and here. Additionally, we put in some straps. Put in a little block right here, just so we could strap it. You know, give a little support right there where we've installed it. Back over here, we reinstalled the suspension clamp that was originally on the copper. Got that block back in there, so that is good. And then that 3/4, again, no straps. It just kind of floats around there to the back. And honestly, I'm not gonna take the time to get up in here and do anything here. It's accessible to the attic area, and your whole house is like this, so it's not like this one area isn't strapped correctly. It's whoever installed it, that's what you've got, whole home. So it's not bad. As long as nothing bangs or moves around, you're okay. You know, as long as it doesn't hit anything that's metallic or scrape it, you know, and cause a hole, everything's fine. But if you haven't heard any noise to date, you should be fine with that. What else we got? That is it. I mean, we've got the water on right now. We've tested it. We've checked this joint. It appears to be holding, and we're hoping that it does. It should. And then the mechanical joint, that should hold. Anyway, so that's your installation. Just wanted to give you another video here. I took a couple before. I'll probably just use this one though. But that's the new installation. All new packs and tied in. Water's on. Outside of that, this installation is done.